Liverpool v everybody. I'm using my son's computer here. I know the quality isn't great. Let me try to get this off the screen. Um, but bear with me. This is the best I have. I wish I could change the lighting. Jesus Christ. See, this is. Oh Lord. Anyway, I'm here, and you're gonna have to deal with the ghetto-ness of it, but the thuggery of it. But I did a post match. I'm gonna start using this, and again, you got to deal with the lighting. I'm sorry. I try to make some different enhancements to it at a later date. Now I can't even see where I'm at. Perfect. This is just perfect. Here we go. Um, I don't even know why I persist with YouTube. I did a post match, and I go to check the comments. There's no video. Not only is there no video posted, there's no video at all. So it just gets deleted. So here I am using the computer. And like I said, I'll work on the things later. But anyway, just put your headphones in and don't look at the screen because it's pretty bad. The lighting is crazy in here. But anyway, so um, the game. I'm going to start with Chelsea, and I'm not going to begin to make excuses for them like they're sad, salty fans, particularly the ones who had so much to say before the game. What I will say, though, is this is the issue when you have a manager who's out of his depth. And there may be people who think I'm harsh on Frank Lampard. That's your business. I keep it real on this channel all the time. But Chelsea fans who, I won't say who continue to support him, because if he's your manager, you may as well support him while he's there. But continue to back him and praise him as if he's, some great young manager. He's going to do great things at Chelsea. He's not going to do great things at Chelsea. And I'm not being prisoner of the moment. I know it's one game. They're 1-1. They won their first game against Brighton, and Brighton are a good team actually. So we give them that. But to set up that way against Liverpool, and now I get that a lot of his players can't play, and I don't get why managers or clubs buy players that they can't use. It just doesn't make sense to me, particularly ones that they can't use in key positions like a center back. Why are we just finding out now that you're getting a keeper? How long does Kepa need? I mean, really, because I keep asking myself, is Kepa really that bad? I mean, how much did they pay for him? Isn't it like upwards of 90 to 100 mil? I mean, I played keeper when I was young, and I'm glad Tim Howard, they had him on the as a commentator, because I think he's really good, number one, but also as a keeper, as I played that position before. He brought up some really good points that sometimes I don't really think about, but when he brought it up, I was thinking, oh yes, that's every keeper from when you're playing in little league soccer, football, whatever you call it, knows that you can't have your feet planted to the ground. It doesn't help you. I think he's conceded the most goals from distance. I think it's 19, which I think is a record, or at least for the past season. He's conceded something like 45, 48 goals in 33 league matches or games for Chelsea last season, something like that. This guy's a problem. So instead of you getting all these celebrity players, the hottest guys on the market, this isn't Football Manager. This isn't FIFA 20. I do that when I play FIFA because it's a game. It's not real life. But he's managing as if he's, picked career mode, and he's, a new manager, and he's going to just buy players and, ask the board for more money. It doesn't work that way, Frank. It doesn't work that way. And for me, they're going nowhere. Now, they've got players, so me saying they're going nowhere is probably a bit much. But I mean, where they want to go, Frank will never get them there. I'm talking Jose levels, the levels of past Chelsea managers that have gotten them places. He will never reach. He just won't. And, fine player, incredible player for Chelsea, but managing I don't think it's going to work out for him. I just don't. And it's still early, so things can change, and perhaps the immaturity that he has in managing, or what he's missing, maybe he'll improve in that. I'll give him that. No one's perfect in everything that they start. So he is still new to it and all that, but just certain things just don't make sense, and particularly when you can't drop Mason Mount. Now, I thought Mason Mount was decent. I think in general he's a decent player. But Ziyech at a winger position, when has he ever played winger? And that's from my little knowledge of Ziyech. I thought he was a midfield kind of guy, an 8, a 10. I heard he's played in a 6 role before. But a winger, it just doesn't make sense. When you go down to 10 men, everyone knows you play counter. You D up, you counter. To counter, you need someone who can pass the ball. You need someone with speed who can run onto those passes. You got that marked off with the speed with Werner. Mason Mount. You got speed around you. Conte can drive a ball. Kovacic even had some moments in there. But you take off what's supposed to be one of your best passers and you just paid 90-something million for him. I just don't get that. I don't understand that at all. Timo Werner. The little bit that he showed, and I say little bit because Fabinho today, I mean, you got to give it to Mane. Mane was out of his mind today, I thought. I mean, he looked like he was just in the mood. And I loved seeing that. And that's when and I'm not going to get into a debate with him and Salah because I'm not here for that. But that's what I think the Mane camp, or the Mane lovers, fanboys, whatever you want to call them, which I probably say I'm one of them. That's what we talk about. That he literally, there were moments where he was pressing Chelsea Football Club by himself. And that hunger, determination to, I made a mistake. Let me go get that fucking ball, make something happen. I mean, he was doing that all game, really, but particularly in that period where he scored, and then he almost did it again. And when you got a bum, soft chump like Christensen, that's just dinner. That's easy. You eat that food. It's easy. And I don't even like white meat. I don't know if Sadio will like white meat. I like dark meat. If I don't eat meat anymore, but if I'm eating chicken or something, or turkey, I want it dark because there's more juice to it, But, he took the chicken. Took it. KFC. All day. Easy. So that's what that's why Mane is so special, man. He can make something out of nothing, and he works so hard for the team. Salah does as well, and Salah has made things out of. I'm not saying that Salah doesn't have that. What I am saying is that more times than not, if Mane is having a bad game in terms of not getting goals, in terms of not facilitating, in terms of maybe losing the ball, getting plucked off the ball, whatever the case may be, there tends to be other things that he does that you feel his presence. It's not Salah for me. A lot of times, is if he's not having a good game, he's just not having a good game. There's not really, not all the time. And again, because the Salah, lovers or the Salah fan group is going to come after me. But I love Salah. I wouldn't want to change him for the world. I'm just saying this is why I think you have people who, if you had to side with a player, just in terms of who's more important to the team, or honestly, I think it's okay to support a team and like a particular player in a similar position more than another player. There's nothing wrong with that. And so again, all that to say, Mane today was incredible, but I kind of digressed. Fabinho is honorable mention today. I mean, incredible. He made one mistake, which really wasn't a mistake. It was just really a lucky bounce for Werner, where the ball bounces off Fabinho's head. Werner gets a shot and it goes wide. But other than that, we shut him up today. We shut the whole team up today. The pressing we did today was just on this Burnley and Leicester game seems like it's been on for 12 hours. It's long as hell. But the pressing we did today was just, I mean, Chelsea must have felt frustrated all game because they rarely got out of their half. And when they did, there wasn't much they can do, which I was worried about because that ball over the top or through with the speed of Werner was there for a few times in the game. But they just couldn't do it because we always had someone to retain the ball, intercept the ball, bully him. That's the other thing. Werner took a beating today, and much respect to him because he always got back up. He may have gotten up slowly, but every time he got knocked down or bullied, he got beat down today. This was a real welcome to the Premier League, to the champs. Brighton is one thing, and again, all respect to them. And shout out to Tariq Lamptey. That's a fullback for the future. He's going to be a star. If he doesn't get called up for England, something's wrong. Black Lives Matter. But yeah, the little flashes I saw of Werner, he's good. He's good because I slept on him. I snored on him and even Liverpool fans who were so depressed for however long it was that we didn't get him, I was like, what? And plus, I just don't really, I know Klopp allegedly had interest in him and all that. I'm sure he did. I think it's more than just money that we didn't get him though. That's probably part of it. We just paid 70 for two players, 70-ish around that for two players, and Jota and Thiago, which I'll get to in a minute, because whew. But I, I just don't see Werner in our team. I just don't. But that's me. So he was good when and the moments that he had to really express himself, I was impressed. I can't lie, I was impressed. But not as impressed as I was with how we just totally just bossed. I mean, it's about boss the game. I mean, we just dominated them from the opening kickoff really to the end. I mean, it was just incredible. It was incredible to see us play today, and I love games like that. We don't need to be scoring 4, 5s, and 6 every game. If we do it, great, cool. And I don't care who scores, but I said today that Mane would score. I predicted 2-1, honestly. Glad we got the clean sheet. Overjoyed about that. Because I want to see Liverpool get back to that. We know Liverpool can score goals. We know we can score goals. In bags if we want to. It's the other side that we're good to as well. But it felt like it had been a while since we had gotten back to that, just shutting teams up, nothing, not allowing anything, thou shalt not pass. So to get back to that, sorry, just checking the text. To get back to that, it was just beautiful to see. It was beautiful to see, man. And all the way around, again, big shout out to Fabinho. There's a guy whose name won't be mentioned. Actually, it will be. Shout out to Coppish, the channel. Check him out if you don't know them. But man like Matt, I saw his tweet today. When he found out Fabinho was playing, it was, oh boy. Like, oh boy. And let me just say this. Part of that I get. And I think he may have been coming from the aspect of, we need a fourth center back. And the thing is, I say fourth, but because Matip, call it a knock, a niggle, whatever, Matip and Gomez will have niggles throughout the season. Believe you me, this isn't the first niggle they'll have. You all know that. You guys follow the same team I support. You can't really count on them, and I hate to say that. As far as playing on the field, sure. But their fitness, you cannot count on them. And God forbid something happened to Van Dijk. I'm glad he's been good. I think he may have missed a game or two, if that, for little knocks during his period at Liverpool so far. But he's an Iron Man. He's going to be good, hopefully, knock on wood. But Matip and Gomez, nah, son. You can't. And so all that to say, I didn't feel, but maybe that's where man like Matt and other people were. If you saw Fabinho, you were like, oh no. I hope it wasn't because you didn't think Fabinho could play center back. Fabinho can play anywhere Klopp puts him, particularly midfield back. Obviously not goalkeeper, but I mean he's big, he's long, and remember he played fullback for a while before he was converted to a DM. So I was pleased with that. It's better than seeing Lovren or somebody else, one of the youth players. But I was happy to see that. And so Fabinho to me was honorable mentions for man of the match. But of course Mane gets it. Mane was incredible today. And just in general, I mean, this team could open up a business of pressing people's clothes, ironing people's clothes, because the press they do is incredible. You can get a special press for MVP members, but you can't get it on Saturday and Sunday because Mane won't be available. Mane is the MVP presser. He presses your pants, your clothes, your mother's linens, your sheets, whatever. I mean, they can open up a press company. That's a blueprint on how to press. I mean, we just suffocated Chelsea. It was incredible, and just the fitness level, the ability to do that pretty much all game, at least 75-80% of the game. I mean, the counter pressing, every goal kick that they dared to start from the back, it just and it forced them to make so many mistakes. Be it the goalkeeper and Kepa, be it Christensen, be it Zuma. Chelsea aren't going to see a team that press you like that ever, particularly in the Premier League. You might see shades of that, and Champions League is different. You might get that as well, but nobody presses, I don't think, in Europe like Liverpool. It's another level, and it was just beautiful to see a dominant performance. And again, this is the difference between a keeper like Alisson, who was probably close in range to what Kepa got. Close. I don't know how close it was, but that's the difference between the caliber of a goalkeeper that Alisson is and Kepa. I guarantee you Alisson watched clips on Jorginho and that stupid style of I say stupid because a cerebral keeper, a confident keeper who believes in himself, that's the worst thing to do. Because a smart keeper is going to just wait till you do your hop and kick it. That's all it is. All these other keepers die, but he's pretty much you dictate where he's going with it with that style. That little jog up, hop, skip, jump, kick. It's the easiest thing to save because he's waiting for you. And go back and look at that. Allison just stayed composed, stayed there, and just said, "Come on." I love how he clapped at because of the social distancing. There's no fans, so you can hear the echo. You can hear Klopp yelling and the players. I love it actually. I wouldn't mind keeping it like this for a while. But that's a confident goalkeeper. That's a competent goalkeeper, and they don't have that over there. And I don't feel sorry for them. That's the way they wanted to go with it. A keeper clearly wasn't higher on their list of players. Why? Don't know. You can get a kid at a primary school that knows that. For some reason, Frank Lampard doesn't know it or thinks he's too clever to just go past it. Staying with certain players out of a love for them or whatever. Same thing with Mason Mount, who's a fine player, but, you got to be a little ruthless. And he's going to learn. He's going to learn real quick, or his job's going to be up because there's just certain things you got to do with this team. With the players you have on this team, even the ones that haven't been able to suit up yet, there's better options, better ways you can go with this team. And he's just not doing it, particularly when you're married to playing a particular thing just to get a certain someone in. Mason Mount can be a starter for you for as much as you want. But when you have certain players, and we'll see, because when these players start to come into the team for them, we'll see what they do. But back to Liverpool, man, just I'm running out of superlatives. They were just incredible today. Really man for man. I mean, certain guys didn't really play as well as others or whatever, but that would be nitpicking. I just thought we were incredible all the way around. So, no, I said 2-1. I said Mane, Henderson. Henderson obviously didn't come up for the second half. I hope he's cool. But just impressed with his first half performance. Thiago Alcantara. Bruh, that's just a sample. That's just 45 minutes with a guy who is new in the team. So there's a little rust there with timing and knowing where guys are going to be. But even with, he was just out there showing off, really. The no-look passes, the touch. And sure, he gave some balls away. Sure, he looked a little rusty. But, man, this guy is just going to offer us just a whole nother way to play. And an element of surprise, really. Particularly with Jota. We didn't even talk about Jota yet, which we'll get into. But this guy, Thiago, is just... and I knew this about him, but to actually see him with this team... Honestly, man, not to get too over the top with confidence, but nobody's fucking with Liverpool, man. It's we're so blessed to have this team. Nobody's messing with us, and you can see the moment he came on. Certain players just have that knack of just they don't have to score or do anything fantastic to instill. I don't want to say confidence, but some sense of let's go get this, and when he came on, I don't think it's a coincidence that we started to get the goals. You see guys trying passes and I mean, it's just, it has to go down as the best signing for Liverpool just based on getting a ready-made dude. A guy that's already world-class. And yeah, there's going to take some time for him to really bed in. But, I mean, that midfield is so many things you can do. You can put him... Now, today he was, you see why Klopp put him in. Again, I hope Henderson's cool. You're up 2-0. Just control the game. You don't need to be doing too many crazy things. So you bring him on, you bring Milner on. Great. That's a manager. That's a manager. And just some of the touches on his... Thiago is just... It was almost just surreal watching it. I'm like, is this my team? Or is he still at Bayern? Because they red uniform. Like, it was crazy. So so today he played more of that kind of keep it together guy in the midfield. But you can put him as a 10. You can have him back there with Fabinho on a 4-2-3-1. You can have him as a 10 in the 4-2-3-1. I mean, again, Jota we didn't even talk about, but you can throw Jota in there. I was glad to see Minamino get on, even though it was only for a few minutes. But it just gives us so many options, particularly if we can keep Genie. And I know Klopp said Thiago coming in doesn't mean Gini's leaving, or he said any player leaving is what he said. Um, so hopefully that's the case. But again, we just have a wealth of talent in that midfield, and it's just crazy to see. It's crazy to see. So again, just dominating the game like we did today. Um, there was a little issue there with Trent and Salah for the free kick, which I don't understand. Free kicks are usually taken by Trent, particularly in that area. So I'm not sure why. And this is just me assuming. It seemed like Salah was a little disappointed in that, and that's, I don't want to nitpick. We don't really need to see that though. Salah he's an attacking player. He gets a lot of chances to score. Let the kid take the shot. Just we don't need to see that. But all in all, man, just a dominating game, and we were on it from the opening kick. And again, when you have a game like Leeds, it's so nice to see your Liverpool being a team that you realize they are human, as good as they are, and they will have moments like Leeds. Hopefully, they'll win more of those than they draw or lose, particularly win or draw over losing. But to bounce back like that against a team that this game got a lot of hype, and sure, the red card took a little bit of the sting out of the game, but that's on them. You know what I mean? That was a clear red card. I don't know how anyone, Chelsea fan, Liverpool fan, whatever fan, can see that and think that wasn't that's a rugby tackle. And again, presence of mind from our captain. Ball up. Nobody on Chelsea is keeping pace with him. No defender is anyway. And Christensen had no choice. And the other thing is, if that was an actual competent keeper he may have had a choice. But that's what happens when you play in front of a keeper who you have no confidence in. When I say who you have no confidence, I mean the players around him. The players around him don't. They might say certain things in the press or whatever, but they have no confidence in him. They might want to instill things and hope he gets better, but there's no way you can play with confidence with him. Similar to keepers we've had in the past, and I won't mention their names. You know who they are. So I think Christensen makes a different decision there if it's a keeper who he believes can do something that makes sense in that moment. And but one-on-one with Mane, he would have embarrassed Kepa. But no, big up to Allison for making that, and I thought he would, because I thought, again, when I look at Allison, guys like keepers like Allison, they study, and I know if I was a keeper, I would have studied Jorginho's silly form of taking penalties, and I would have saved it. Because like I said, all you gotta do is just stand there and wait, and it almost helps a keeper like that in that situation, because the new rule now where if you get off the line, then they take the kick again. With Jorginho, you just stay on the line until you have to dive, because he basically allows you to dictate where he's going. And I thought he would save that. And it was a penalty. I think it was a soft one, but I think if the tables were turned, I would have wanted it too. I think you can see Thiago trying to get out the way, but he doesn't in time, and he touches Werner. So maybe they should have had Werner take the penalty. I don't know. But Jorginho's their man. He probably would continue to be. But that's just the most outrageous style of penalty kicking that I've ever seen. I think he believes he's being clever, but no. But yeah, man, just overall, just so proud of the team. And you had to know Mane was going to have a good game today, I thought, attacking-wise, because not that he had a bad game against Leeds, but he wasn't great. And I think he knows that. Everyone with two eyes knows that. But he stepped up today with the header. I forget who gave that assist for Mane. Who gave that assist? Was it Trent? I forget who it was. But anyway, overall, I just thought we were good and probably could have gotten more goals, or definitely could have got more goals. Gini, one that I can remember towards the end, right before the last whistle, actually got a perfect pass and just shanked it. But we know Gini's capable of doing that, and it is what it is. I mean, we all love Gini, but he does have those moments where he goes a little brain dead. But yeah, just overall, just an incredible performance, and I don't really know what else to say. I just thought that, I can say it till I'm blue in the face. The pressing today was just on another level, and I'm just so proud of that we can just totally dominate a team who's supposed to be a contender this season. Let's be real. We can say we want about Chelsea, but with those signings and the hype, particularly from Chelsea fans, of the manager, again, the players, and I know it's going to take them a while to get settled in, but even when they get settled in, I just don't see it. And honestly, City's not really making any significant buys, which is not a surprise because they're the same as Chelsea. They got a lot of money and they get these big names and think that that's all you need. What Klopp has built with this team is just phenomenal, man. And year on year, they just continue to get better. I don't think there's ever been a team who's gotten 90 or more points 3 seasons in a row. I think we're going to do it this season. Obviously, City got 100 and then they got 90 something. I forget what they got the second time they won it, the back-to-back year. And then they got 81 or 80 something last season. So unless they get Koulibaly, I'm not taking them serious. And yes, those games will still be good, and they may beat it because they are a good team. But just in terms of winning the league and just dominating the league, I don't see. I don't. I just don't. I don't. I mean, with these signings too, it's just. I mean, we were good. We were good already. We were good. We were exceptional already. I mean, winning a Champions League, winning Club World Cup, all the trophies we've won under Klopp, and even the ones we haven't. To even get to those levels with a midfield that some people would say, how are you doing anything with that? The Brexit midfield, can't even speak. The Brexit midfield +1 with Genie. You know, um, I guess we can't call it that anymore because we got Fab in there. But if you got Milner, Genie, and Henderson, for example, um, so I mean, this team just has a togetherness that I've never seen in my time. Um, and it's just you got to pinch yourself sometimes to just sit back and see how good this and how just blessed we are to be this rich with such talent, and to just swat Chelsea away like this. And again, didn't need 3, 4, 5, 6 goals. 2-0, clean, get it done, shut them out, go on to the next game. That's a performance today, 10 men or not, because that's not an excuse for me. Because there's a way you can, and again, they could have faltered and, had a bunch of goals scored against them, like we did against City years ago, where, I mean, everything just went to shit, and I think it was 5-0 or whatever it was. So, give them credit for that, but we dominated the game. We dominated the game, and we had enough goals to win it. That's all you need. It's not about scoring a bunch of goals for me. It's about scoring enough goals to win and doing your best to stop the other team from scoring. All this, someone left a comment on the Leeds and Fulham review I did about defense is the best offense, or defense is Leeds' form of offense. It's not. It's literally two different things. Offense, defense. Attack, defense. I get the sentiment, but if a game is 6-5 and you win 6-5, how are you telling me that your attack is the best? No, it's not. The other team may have just run out of time. That's just a game full of attacking play, scoring goals, and no defense. So it missed me with the foolishness about their form of attack as defense. Just stop. So, the fact that we were able to just bounce back from the Leeds game and just have a professional, stout, strong, sturdy performance was just incredible to me. And again, when in our front three, if you've got two who aren't really playing at the level that we know they can, or just one or whatever, that's the beauty of having a strong, the best front three in the world. I'll just say that, because if one isn't doing too good or two isn't doing too good, we got someone else. We got someone else who can step up, and I think we have that throughout the squad. There's been games where our front three don't score goals. You know what I mean? So we have that throughout the squad. Where the next man up, you got to step up. And now with Jota, and again, Thiago is only gonna just instill that confidence. That's what a player like that brings to your team, because it's almost like you want to impress him, or at least show him that, yeah, I know you're world class. I know you're coming in, but I can play ball too. And I hope that guys like Naby and Genie who are starting, even Hendo to a degree, don't see it as a competition thing. Of course, there's healthy competition, but everyone's going to play in this team. And I think there's a thing that people think, oh, Jota is only here for African Cup of Nations. You're fooling yourself if you think that. Number one, that fee, and it's not a crazy fee, but it's a significant amount. And there's probably going to be more to that amount. But he's going to play a lot of games, because in this season with all these games, you have to rotate, and also you want to avoid injuries. Injuries are going to come, but if you can help it, you want to avoid them and minimize those opportunities for those things to happen. So I think Jota's going to play a lot of football, A lot of football. Hope Minamino plays just as much, if not more. I think they'll both play a lot, but particularly Jota with that fee, um, he's going to play a lot. And again, him and Thiago have to get acclimated and all that. But I think for Thiago, what you saw today, you can see that all he really needs is a bit more time with them in training, of course. You see the camaraderie is already there. You can tell that after the game, during the game. So the love, and I mean, Thiago talked about it in his first interview with the club. You know, he feels that family value already, which is wild. You don't just say something like that if you hear about it or you see it. You feel it. I mean, you can say that because you feel it. And from day one, Klopp must have just instilled that in him, or at least reassured him of that, and the players as well. So, again, a player like that, even Jota, their skill levels, their determination, their quality in the game is only going to make the team better. And that's how it's supposed to work. So, we're not necessarily getting a bunch of different dudes who aren't really proven right now. Let me go back on that. So, for example, Allison and Van Dijk, I think, were kind of in that level of they have the potential to be world class before we got them. I mean, all the players, when you think about it, especially under Klopp, we didn't get any of them in the form that they are with us. Salah was supposed to be a reject. Mane, even though he did well against us and he did some great things with Southampton, I remember fans thinking, Mane, look at him now. Genie, pretty good at Newcastle. Look at him. Naby, we knew about him in the Bundesliga. Supposed to be great. I think Naby, and I love Naby, but I think he probably was a bit better in the Bundesliga. At least he looked better in the Bundesliga. He's good. He's good. I love him, and I'm not trying to knock him or anything. I love Naby, and I'm loving that he's healthy for now and he's playing a lot of games. That's going to be key for us. But this. I mean, you getting a guy who is just already world class, and so again, it has a way of spreading throughout the team, and that's just another leader as well. You already got Hendo, you got Milner, you got Van Dijk. I think Genie might be one of the vice captains. And then you got this guy, Thiago. And I just think there's that leader mentality in almost all of our players. You know what I mean? There's not too many dudes that I'd be shocked to see the armband on. And that's my honest opinion, particularly in our usual starting 11. I wouldn't be shocked to see Gomez with it. I wouldn't be shocked to see Trent at some point, Robertson, Firmino. I mean, Mane, anybody could wear the band almost. So when you have a team of leaders, of men who work together, click together, is tight, nothing really can break that. So it's just a phenomenal situation that we're in, and again, it's just almost hard to believe, man. It's really, really hard to believe. So may it continue. I'm so happy football is back, and just happy and proud of this team, man. They just they stick at it, and it's something where people would rightfully so wonder how this team is going to keep it up. And I think that was probably one of the things, or one of the many things for some people to think, be so kind of desperate and kind of panicking about signings, because the saying is, you win something, you got to improve year on year so you can keep doing it. While that's true, again, we've proved that without improving in that way, without adding players, that we can go and win trophies. We literally proved that. So, yes, it's nice to get the signings in, but at the same time, it's not as if that can't be recharged. I don't think this team has a sense of, okay, we've accomplished these things, we're good. I don't think any team should have that. I think Liverpool have that second gear to go into. This is it's coming off 2 incredible seasons. I know we came second in the league, but we won the Champions League that year, and that's still a great Premier League season. I mean, I know that sounds crazy to some people, particularly rival fans, because we didn't win it, but that's still a great season. That amount of points, it's crazy that we didn't win it. But City were slightly better when they needed to be, and the ball was this close from going over the line. Let's just be real. But obviously those are the games that you really look forward to. All the top 4 teams, or top 6 teams, I would say. United, for obvious reasons, not because they really pose a threat in my opinion. But then again, it's United, so you never know. Everton, same situation. But Chelsea, Arsenal, City, I don't even know if I put Leicester City in there, but okay, we'll put Leicester in there. Spurs. So you look forward to those games. I look forward to playing Aston Villa or Burnley, honestly. But so it's just for an early test like that for both teams. I was always confident we'd win, but to dominate the game like that, obviously I knew we were capable of it. But that's just an incredible showing today. So I haven't had time to really look at anybody's deep analysis or review after it, because I'm just curious to see what people thought about the performance today. But again, just finishing off with Thiago, didn't know if he'd be on the bench. I know there was murmurs and talks about him being on the bench, maybe even starting. Klopp said he never considered him starting, but brought him on for 45 minutes. I thought that was cool. Didn't expect him to come on that early, but again, once he gets really kind of the groove of what we do, which I don't think will take a lot from him based on what I saw in the 45 minutes. There's really no stopping this team. Jota as well. But even without those dudes, I just think, again, it's just that added dimension, that added spark that you need, in a team, particularly a team who's coming off of having such great success. So and I don't want to look too far ahead, but I kind of can't wait for Champions League football. I just can't wait for tournament football and see who we set up with and all of that. So just proud of the team today. Battery's low. Okay, proud of the team today, and couldn't have asked for a 1 second, guys. Sorry about this. Just don't want the phone to die. Cool. Just really, really proud of just what we've done, and I think I've covered just about everything I wanted to. Talked about the keeper, talked about Fabinho, Mane, of course, Thiago. Yeah, I just thought it was a very smart performance. Very smart performance. Very little to any mistakes, particularly mistakes that are really going to cost us. And yeah, I just love it when you can just totally shut a team out. And when you think when they think, or some Liverpool fans think, ooh, they might get us here, we just snatched that away too. I mean, you have to love that. Because I'm sure Liverpool fans thought, oh, God, they get a goal here, they're back in the game. Because it was 70th minute, something around there. And they could have. That may have given them a little bit of, push to, oh, maybe we can do something here. And we snatched that right away. So with the hop skip penalty kicker. So, yeah, just incredible. I mean, I know I keep saying that, but I'm so blown away by just how professional we were today. I shouldn't say blown away because it's not surprising. I've seen Liverpool do it, but I guess I'm just happy that, after the Leeds game, all the talk before this game, so much talk. I mean, I'm going to see if I can go back and find those clips that I heard on YouTube, because, I mean, some people are living in the dream world. And look, it's all good to support your team, and, I mean, hopefully people support their team, but to talk the way some of these Chelsea fans were talking as if, they've done anything recently, I'll say, because we know that they won when Conte was here, but I mean, they haven't really made any real noise besides the noise of signing players, and that hasn't really done much for them. It didn't do much for them in this game. So, again, down to 10 men, if it was fully 11 v 11 to the end, could the game have been different? Sure, possibly. If he plays Kai Havertz in the position that he's supposed to play, sure, possibly. If the players they bought were ready to play, sure, possibly. Which, they'll have a chance. We play every team twice. And who knows? There's other competitions that we may see them. We always end up seeing them again anyway. So they'll have their chances to right their wrong. But today was our day, and we own that. And that was just beautiful to see. So, yeah, I'm liking this because I can go forever with this. And so I'll probably be doing this. And again, I will try to work with the lighting and all that. Just bear with me, guys. I'm thugged out with my channel. And I appreciate all the people who've been hanging in there. There's nothing special. I don't have the colors and the super chats and all of that. I'm just here talking about football because I'm just like you guys. And so thank you for everyone who chimed in and all that. Today I couldn't be bothered with the other games. I was too tired. Today was just about Liverpool, so I didn't really. For those who like me to speak about other games, most weekends I will do that. I try to do the City and actually not try. I'm going to do the City and Watford. City and Wolves tomorrow, so stay tuned for that. That's going to be a great game. Can't wait to see that, or it should be anyway. The other game is what? Sheffield United and I don't care. Aston Villa maybe. I don't know, but definitely doing a post match for the Wolves and City for those of you who are interested in just convo or thoughts about games in general. I'm gonna start doing that because football's back, and I'm just happy. And as much as I love Liverpool, I like to dissect and look at other teams as well. Because again, as I said, we got to play everybody. So bring in my 2 cents about that and how I think Liverpool maybe could attack them. But yeah, who do we play next? Excuse me, I forgot that. I need to check that. But no, overall, man, today was a great day, and that's the kind of game I love. And again, I'll give Chelsea credit. That first half, it was like a chess match. Like I said, it was a chess match, and just teams trying to figure each other out and figure out what they want to do to hurt the other team. That's always great. But the sending off definitely changed the game. But again, like I said, that press was. I was wondering how long we were going to keep that up, and we kept it up all game. So that wasn't going to change, and so at some point, it's natural, unless we were just horrific on the day with finishing, that Liverpool were going to score and most likely win the game, and we did that. So next game is Arsenal, right? So and that's a Monday. God, I hate these Sunday and Monday games. But anyway, Monday and then Aston Villa, Everton, Sheffield, the next few games. Play City on the 7th of October. So yeah, a lot of games coming up. Then obviously the Lincoln game midweek Thursday, so we get to see who plays in that. Hopefully we'll see Curtis Jones, likes of Minamino, maybe Origi. I don't know what Shaqiri's thing is. Simicast. So looking forward to that as well. Hopefully I'll be able to find a network to watch that on. But for the U.S. viewers, I forget the brother's name. Oh God, how did I forget your name, bro? Who asked about? So if you're in the U.S. and you're trying to figure out why the games aren't on NBC, you have to get this Peacock package. It's $4.99 a month. They make it difficult for us, but it's worth getting, man. You can watch all the games, but particularly you want to watch Liverpool games. Now, there might be some weekends where they'll have Liverpool games on NBC, and Peacock will just let you know. Or if you go to Peacock and there's nothing there, then you know it's on NBC. But definitely get Peacock because that's the way you're going to see the games. Don't go to NBC thinking it's going to be there because a lot of times you won't find it there. So get Peacock. Or some other, there's other apps you can pay for that are probably more expensive. I think Fubo TV. I tried that one. I did like the free trial because that's crazy expensive. But you get to watch all football. So Serie A, Bundesliga, La Liga, Liga MX, the Mexican League. I think there's some Argentinian games. It's crazy. So it's probably worth it if you're into all that. But it's kind of a pretty penny. But no, Peacock for the Premier League and particularly Liverpool games, and you're good. So that wraps it up for me. This is 42 minutes. See, I like this. Because you guys don't know. The reason why some of my videos are so short is because my phone, the storage, it cuts off, and I got to keep recording it and try to make it shorter. So I'll probably go this way from now on because this gives me a little bit more freedom and time. And one last time, sorry about the lighting. I'm going to work on that. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the game today. Let me know any thoughts you may have had. If you think I missed any performances from certain players, let me know. It's good that we have different opinions. Let me know whatever. I don't have to like what you said, but I like that you all chime in and say what you feel, good, bad, ugly, whatever. And I don't know about this account that is popping up on everybody's account. It looks like an Asian woman saying things like "I love you," "Talk to me," "I miss you," or "Hey." I don't. So ignore that. I've tried to block it, report it because it's just spam at this point. And whoever it is, I almost feel like it might be computer generated or something. I don't know, but ignore that. I don't know what that is. I've seen it on a lot of other football channels lately. It's the weirdest thing. But anyway, yeah. Thanks, guys, for everybody. Thanks for bearing with me, and I will see you midweek. Again, I don't know if I'll be able to watch the game stateside. There might be somewhere I can watch it, but if I can, I'll still find out about it, watch what I can watch, and have some talk about that. And then we're back to the Premier League against Arsenal. So enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Have a beautiful, blessed week, and I will speak to you all very soon.